Hello students, today will we discuss about Puritan movement in English history. इसके ऑब्जेक्ट्स क्या हैं एंड इसके रिजल्ट्स. प्यूरिटन मूवमेंट एज के जो हैं मिल्टन राइटर रहे हैं. ओके. प्यूरिटनिज्म वॉज द डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ स्कूल ऑफ इंग्लिश प्रोटेस्टेंट्स ऑफ द 16th and 17th centuries, whose aim was the purification of the religious practice from anything not specifically authorized by scripture and who enjoyed the strict purity of conduct. During the 16th century in Germany and England, the Renaissance was accompanied by moral awakening, and it is precisely that awakening in England which is meant by the Puritan movement. First is the Puritans and Queen Elizabeth. The Elizabeth Church settlement had been a courteous compromise in which Calvinist and Catholic elements were blended. The Queen had been made the supreme governor of the church. An act of uniformity has been passed. A common prayer book introduced, and 39 articles drawn up which all clergy had to accept. Second are the Puritans and King James I. After the death of Queen Elizabeth in 1603, James IV of Scotland became James I, the King of England. As King James I wended his way from Edinburgh to London in 1603, he must met with a group of Puritan clergy who presented him with a petition in which he was asked to redress various abuses in the Church of England. This petition was called the Millenary Petitions because 1,000 ministers of the Church were supposed to have subscribed to it. Next, causes for the rise of Puritanism under the Stuarts. While the uncompromising spirit of the Puritan party spread steadily among the English middle classes during the reign of James I, it was not till the time of the successor Charles I that Puritanism emerged as a great national power. A combination of causes now led its practical success. The fast-growing flippancy and profligacy of the upper class, while drawing towards it the sympathies of serious men of various shades of opinion, greatly increased its moral and social influence. Next, influences of Puritanism upon English life and thought. Within its range, the influence of Puritanism upon the tone and temper of English life and thought was profound. The spirit which is introduced was fine and noble, but it was hard and stern. We admire the Puritans' integrity and uprightness, But we deplore his fantasism, his morosensage, and the narrowness of his outlook and sympathies. He was God fearing but illiberal and unreasonable man. While in the light of the condition of the time, we can make the fullest allowance for his violent and extreme reactions against prevailing abuses, we are still bound to admit that his was one sided and unwholesome view of the world. For in his preoccupation with moral and spiritual things, he gradually neglected and often which give value to the secular life. Okay. Next है literary characteristics of the Puritan age. In literature, the Puritan age was one of confusion due to the breaking up of accepted standards in government and religion. It was an age of spiritual gloom which sooner or later fastens upon all the writers of the age. This so-called gloomy age produced some minor poems of exquisite workmanship and one great master of verse, John Milton. In the shorter poems and lyrics of the metaphysical school, there is more of the intellectual play of fancy than of passion and profundity. Some of the Cavalier poets wrote shorter poems dealing with the theme of love. Next is the collapse of the drama. The temper the Puritan age was not dramatic. Many combined oppressed drama at this time. Chief among these were the civil disturbances and the strong opposition of the Puritans. With the accession of James I, the great acting companies were placed under the direct patronage of the crown. This was not entirely to the advantage of the theatre. In the eyes of militant Puritans, crown and stage now formed an unholy alliance. This provoked the Puritans, and a number of pamphlets which were addressed to the Parliament were directed against the stage. Last, a difference between Elizabeth and Puritan literature of the 17th century. There are three characteristics in which Puritan literature differs from that of our preceding age. First, Elizabeth literature, with all its diversity, had a marked unity in spirit, resulting from the patriotism of all classes and their devotion to a queen who, with all her faults, sought first the nation's welfare. Under the Stuarts, all this was changed. The king were the open enemies of the people. The country was divided by the struggle for political and religious liberty, and the literature was as divided in spirit as were the struggling parties. Second, Elizabethan literature is generally inspiring. It throbs with youth and hope and vitality. That which follows speaks of age and sadness. Even its brightest hours are followed by gloom and by the pessimism inseparable from the passing of all of old standards. Third, Elizabethan literature is intensely romantic. The romance springs from the heart of youth and believes all things, even the impossible. The great schoolman's credo, I believe because it is impossible, is a better expression of Elizabethan literature than of medieval theology. In the literature of the Puritan period, one looks in vain for romantic ardor, even in the lyrics and love poems. A critical, intellectual spirit takes its place, and whatever romance asserts itself is in form rather than in feeling, a fantastic and artificial adornment of speech rather than the natural utterance of a heart. In which statement is so strong and true that poetry is its expression. The writers of the 17th century generally worked under the influence of the Renaissance and the Reformation, and Milton was not exceptions. In Milton's poetry, there is a nice fusion of elements upheld by the Renaissance and the Reformation.